Good day and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about the John Deere 4960. We'll be covering what made this tractor so great in the 90s, as well as touching on some of the other 60 series tractors and how they compare. But before we do that, if you're a fan of farming or tractor history videos, go ahead and hit subscribe because we got a lot more coming your way. Anyways, let's get into this tractor. The John Deere 4955 would finish up its production run in 1992. This would be the predecessor for what would become the 4960. However, it would be drastically outsold by the 4455. So what John Deere changed from the 55 series to the 60 series to make this 4960 so desirable? One of the biggest changes you'd see going to the 60 series would be under the hood, while still using that familiar 466 engine. The 466 is a turbocharged 6-cylinder diesel, which has proved its worth and reliance on tractors previously. John Deere, however, would tweak the compression ratios from the 55 series to the 60 series, going from a 16:1 compression to a 15.5 to 1 compression ratio. This would make the 466 more efficient and use less fuel in the field than it ever had before. Using 11 gallons an hour under full load, it's roughly 2 to 3 gallons less than other tractors it was competing with at the time. These tractors would release with north of 225 horsepower, but some that get dynoed today after upgrades and having the pump adjusted will shoot over 250 to 275. The 4960 would be John Deere's biggest row crop tractor available at the time. One of the biggest and most notable things changed on the 60 series is the way they route the exhaust. According to some designers at Deere, they wanted to move the exhaust before the release of the 4010. This wouldn't happen on the John Deere row crops until the release of the 4960 a mere 30 years later. Deere would also move the air cleaner to free up the large pre-cleaner from sticking out of the hood as well. By moving the exhaust pipe and the pre-cleaner, they were able to add an underhood muffler as well as reposition the air filter. This new underhood muffler would also help reduce engine noise inside the cab. John Deere would continue this trend on most all their new tractors into the future. The 4960 would feature a full power shift transmission. With 15 forward gears and 4 reverse gears, it featured a top speed of 19.3 miles an hour. It is also worth noting, this tractor was offered in a 2-wheel drive version, but the farmer favorite and most out there today all have MFWD. This beast weighs in at 19,000 pounds, but fully weighted, you can get it over 24,000, which makes it an absolute workhorse in the fields. 60 series is also the last tractors you'll see using the John Deere SoundGuard cab. This had been a famous cab for Deere for the previous 20 years, however, they made small changes to it throughout those years. Released alongside the 4960 was the 4760 as well as the 4560. All three of these tractors would stay on the production line from 92 to 94 and feature a large frame design, but these 4960s would stand out as the farmer favorite. These tractors have held up well over the last 30 years, and you still see them working every day on farms across the country. They would also be a stepping stone for what was to come in the future, bringing us more power and bigger size. When John Deere decided to completely remodel and redesign all their tractors in 1995, it brought us the 100 series. This is where you'd see the bigger brother of the 4960. Many people compare the 4960 to the great selling 8400, but a more reasonable comparison would be to the 8300 if you're going off horsepower and ratings. And that's where we'll pick up on the next John Deere large frame row crop tractors. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and if there's a John Deere tractor you want me to talk about, let me know down in the comments and we just might get to it. With that being said, we'll catch you in the next video.